Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Army deploys 2,827 troops in Visayas. Serbisyo caravan rolls out in La Union. Affordable goods and services top concern among voters. Low pressure area through to bring rain over parts of Luzon.
Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Monday, May 5, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Rof Suzon, this is Jhai Simbajon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Philippine Army deployed a total of 2,827 soldiers to the Negros Island region, Western Visayas and Central Visayas for the national local elections duties on May 12, 2025. Armed Forces of the Philippines Visayas Command Chief Lieutenant General Fernando Reyeg announced that the troops will support the Commission on Election and the Philippine National Police in ensuring a fair, orderly, and reliable electoral process. Lieutenant General Reyeg urged the soldiers to remain professional, committed to their mandate, non-partisan, and loyal to the Constitution. Meanwhile, all 25 towns and cities in Negros Oriental have been tagged by the COMELEC as areas of concerns, including Gihulngan City and La Libertad, which have been placed under the red category, and 23 remaining local government units are placed under the yellow category.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Regional and Provincial Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict Provincial Local Government Unit of La Union, in partnership with the 50th Infantry Defender Battalion and various national and local agencies, successfully launched the Serbisyo Caravan in the province of La Union. The residents of Barangay Duplas and Barangay Bulalaan in the municipality of Sudipen and Barangay Balbalayang of San Gabriel were able to access services such as medical and dental checkups, processing of legal documents, national ID, social welfare assistance, livelihood support, small business registration, free haircut, and information drives, all in one venue. The caravan also featured outreach activities such as educational materials, distribution, leaflets, gift giving of assorted clothing, sleepers, vermicompost, vegetable variety, and dialogues between citizens and government representatives to address local concerns. Meanwhile, the Serbisyo Caravan aimed to bring essential government services directly to the communities, especially those in far-flung or geographically isolated disadvantaged areas.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about Army troops deployed to back Nueva Ecija Police for May 12 polls. Go ahead for the details, Joanne.
Measures across the province for the May 12 elections. In the sign-off ceremony at the Nueva Ecija Police Provincial Office, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Joseph Caiton, commander of the Philippines Army's 70th Infantry Battalion, turned over 7 squads, comprising 66 soldiers, to Police Colonel Ferdinand Hermino, the province police director. The troops will serve as augmentation forces, supporting police efforts to maintain peace and order leading up to and during election day. The military presence is intended to provide swift response capabilities in the event of election-related disturbances. Police Colonel Hermino also reminded all officers, both police and military, to remain apolitical and adhere strictly to the principles of professionalism and neutrality throughout their deployment. The deployment comes amid heightened security preparations nationwide as law enforcement agencies brace for potential hotspots and incidents that could mar the integrity of the electoral process. This is John Salok reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
DWDD Armed Armed Forces News.
And the community development team of the Alpha Company of the 67th Infantry Aguila Battalion extended support to the Doña Carmen Oguban Greenfield Tilapia Growers Association. The activity successfully distributed 22,500 tilapia fingerlings provided by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. Meanwhile, the initiative aims to boost local aquaculture, support sustainable livelihood, and strengthen community resilience in the area.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And cadet officers and personnel from the Department of Military Science and Tactics of the University of Rizal System, Angono Binangonan ROTC Unit, participated in a familiarization firing activity held at Camp Kapinpin, Tanay, Rizal. The activity gave cadets an immersive experience in live firing exercises, static displays, rope courses, and rappelling, strengthening their grasp of military discipline, tactical skills, and leadership training. The participants were able to gain valuable insights on service, commitment, and national defense. Meanwhile, the initiative underscored the vital role of ROTC in nurturing a new generation of disciplined, resilient, and service-driven Filipino youth.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Shaira about Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 and the U.S. Marines trained together in Piquiti Tercia Cali, an 81mm mortar gun drill in Batanes. Shaira?
Good afternoon. As part of the ongoing exercise Balikatan 40-2025, troops from the Marine Battalion Landing Team 10, 4th Marine Brigade conducted lectures and training on Piquiti Tercia Cali with the United States Marine Corps in Barangay San Antonio, Basco, Batanes. The activity featured lectures and hands-on drills under the Philippine Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, highlighting Piquiti Tercia Cali. Philippine Marines led the training, sharing techniques and best practices with their U.S. counterparts to enhance discipline, resilience, and operational readiness. Meanwhile, both forces also conducted a joint 81mm mortar gun drill in Basco, Batanes, wherein the exercise focused on improving the tactical proficiency of both forces in employing indirect fire support. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaira.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 6th Infantry Campilan Division and Joint Task Force Central Commander Major General Donald M. Gumiran, Philippine Army, reminded all military personnel to strictly maintain professionalism, remain committed to their mandate, non-partisan, and loyal to the Constitution. According to Major General Gumiran, the troops uphold the utmost importance of political neutrality, and its internal monitoring is stringent to ensure that no personnel will engage in partisanship and carry out their duty with honor, fairness, and integrity. On April 28, more than 400 personnel from the headquarters were sent off to form a composite battalion tasked with safeguarding the upcoming May 12, 2025 elections. Meanwhile, Brigadier General Patricio Ruben Amata, Deputy Division Commander of the 6th ID, led the send-off ceremony, reminding the troops of their important responsibility relative to the national and local elections.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National
a recent Okta research survey found that the affordability of basic goods and services was the top concern among Filipino voters, with 53% identifying it as their main issue. This was followed closely by calls for improved healthcare and support for agriculture and food security. Job creation and addressing poverty and hunger were also important, with 41% and 38% of respondents citing them respectively. Regional and class differences emerged, with Mindanao showing stronger support for the agriculture and anti-drugs effort, while Metro Manila prioritized job opportunities. Older age groups favored health care improvements, while younger voters were less likely to prioritize affordability. The survey conducted from April 10 to 16 with a total of 1,200 respondents.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear our reporter on the ground about new chief of the 2nd DCAO assumes post in Camp Kapinpin, Tanay, Rizal. Go on for the details, Jess.
Yes, good afternoon. The 2nd Division CAFGO Active Auxiliary Affairs Office, or 2DCAO, under the 2nd Infantry Division, officially welcomed its new chief in a change of command ceremony conducted on Friday, May 2, 2025. Presided over by 2ID Commander Major General Sri Balaoro Jr., the event marked the formal relinquishment of command from Colonel Mario Lito Reterva to Colonel Erwin Comendador. Colonel Reterva, who led 2DCAO from June 1, 2021 to April 28, 2025, was commended for his outstanding leadership and notable contribution to Army's community outreach, information operation, and interagency coordination within Southern Tagalog. In his remarks, Major General Balaoro lauded Colonel Reterva's accomplishments and assured his full confidence in Colonel Comendador as he assumes the responsibility of the post. The ceremony emphasized the Army's enduring commitment to continuity of leadership, operational excellence, and its core mandate of serving the people and securing the land. This is Jess from SOCOM reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess.
DWDD National News.
Pag-asa reports that a throw or extension of a low-pressure area located west of Palawan will bring rain over parts of Luzon today, while easterlies will continue to affect the rest of the country. Cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms are expected over Mimaropa, the Bicol region, Batangas, and Quezon. As of 3 a.m., the LPA was located about 460 kilometers west of Coron, Palawan. Pag-asa says it is unlikely to develop into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, the Metro Manila and the rest of the country can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to easterlies.
DWDD National News.
And the Commission on Election has finished deploying the more than 100,000 automated counting machines for the May 12 national and local elections. COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia said the members of the electoral boards will check each machine to determine if it's read correctly, accepts the ballots, and the number of ballots tested accurately matches the manual testing. After testing and sealing, the ACM will be deposited for safekeeping at the office of the Department of Education Supervisor Official until May 12.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And we have another report coming in from Joanne about Balikatan 2025. Philippines and U.S. troops simulate counter-landing in Apari, Cagayan. Joanne?
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, in partnership with United States forces, demonstrated synchronized firepower and rapid response as they conducted a high-intensity counter-landing and live-fire exercise in Barangay Dodan, Apari, Cagayan on Saturday, a key event under Exercise Balikatan 40-25. The drill simulation highlighted the detection of an amphibious task group representing a threat force attempting to land along the northern coastline. In rapid response, joint Philippine-U.S. forces executed a coordinated counter-landing operation to prevent them from establishing a foothold in the area, demonstrating combined strength and seamless interoperability. The Philippine Army and the Philippine Marine Corps mobilized a robust array of assets, including Sabra battle tanks, light armored vehicles, Atmos 155mm self-propelled howitzers, and additional firepower from 105mm howitzers. Advanced targeting systems such as the Smart Shooter and infantry maneuver elements further amplified the defensive response. Meanwhile, U.S. forces delivered overwhelming air and ground support. Key assets included AH-64 Apache attack helicopters, F-16 aircrafts, and a P-8A Poseidon aircraft conducting maritime surveillance and reconnaissance. They also provided real-time targeting through cutting-edge cueing and sensing systems with direct small arms support. Participating Philippine units included the Philippine Marine Corps, Philippine Army, Special Operations Command, Marine Reservists, and the Philippine Air Force, working closely alongside counterparts from the U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Army, artillery units, and safety teams. The live-fire drill demonstrated the precision and combat readiness of Allied forces and reinforced their shared resolve to protect strategical coastal areas and uphold maritime security in the Indo-Pacific region. Reporting from Northern Luzon Command, this is John Sagawak for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
DWDD National News.
And the Philippine National Police is now on full alert 9 days ahead of the May 12 midterm elections. The heightened alert status will remain in place until 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, May 15, 3 days after the polls to ensure public safety and election integrity. PNP Chief General Romel Marbil assured the public that the police force is fully committed to maintaining peace and order throughout the election period. He emphasized that all personnel will work closely with the Commission on Elections and other agencies to safeguard the democratic process and prevent any violence or disruption. Meanwhile, the COMELEC reported that as of Saturday, at least 2,787 individuals have been arrested for violating the nationwide election gun ban.
DWDD. National
And Pag-asa has warned that 15 areas across the country may experience dangerous heat index. According to the agency's latest forecast, Infanta, Quezon may record the highest heat index at 45 degrees Celsius. 5 areas are expected to reach 44 degrees Celsius, including Dagupan City, Apari, Tuguegarao City, Itsague, and Cavite City. Meanwhile, a 43 degrees Celsius heat index is forecasted in Pasay City, Lawag City, and Tayabas City. Areas like Metro Manila, Batak, Bacnotan, Iba, Olongapo, Camiling, and Masbate City may also hit 42 degrees Celsius. Pag-asa classifies heat index levels from 42 degrees Celsius to 51 degrees Celsius as dangerous, warning that these conditions significantly increase the risk of heat-related illnesses, including heat cramps, exhaustion, and potentially heat stroke. The public is advised to stay hydrated, avoid outdoor activities during peak heat hours, and take necessary precautions.
DWDD. National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear from Gina about PJSCC, 11th Infantry Division, and law enforcers strengthens pole preparedness in Pata Island. Gina?
Jhai, the Sulu Provincial Joint Security Control Center conducted a joint inspection of 2 key polling centers in the municipality of Pata Kiput Elementary School and Simbajon Elementary School in preparation for the upcoming May 12, 2025 national and local elections. The activity in collaboration with the 11th Infantry Alakdan Division, the Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, and the Commission on Elections highlights a shared commitment that every Filipino vote, no matter how distant, is protected and valued. Prior to the site's visits, the group convened at the Pata Municipal Hall for a coordination meeting with the Honorable Abdurrauf C. Burahan, Municipal Mayor of Pata, Sulu. Meanwhile, the 11th Infantry Division reaffirms its mandate to secure even the most remote corners of Sulu. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD. National News.
And for other updates, the Department of Social Welfare and Development will continue to monitor the situation of residents affected by the Mount Bulusan eruption even after they've returned to their homes. This was after Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao confirmed that all 5 evacuation centers have now been officially closed. Despite this, Dumlao said the agency remains prepared to distribute additional relief supplies as needed, with the DSWD Bicol region holding over 3 million pesos in standby funds and more than 205 million pesos worth of foods and non-food items in stock. The DSWD also continues to work closely with the provincial government of Sorsogon to monitor developments and ensure that assistance reaches those who may still need it.
DWDD. National News.
The Department of Tourism has suspended all tourism-related activities at Mount Pinatubo, located in Butolan, Zambales. The suspension follows Executive Order Number 05, Series of 2025, issued by the local government of Butolan. The order holds all travel, tourism programs, and related projects in the Mount Pinatubo area until further notice. This move comes after members of the 8 indigenous peoples of Tarlac raised concerns last month regarding their indigenous rights and how tourism is being conducted on their ancestral lands. Authorities say the suspension aims to address these issues and ensure tourism practices respect the rights of indigenous communities.
DWDD. National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear from Spencer about war material recovered in Maguindanao del Sur clash. Spencer?
In the Jhai, troops from the 6th Infantry Redskin Battalion recovered war material from the local terrorist group after an encounter with approximately 4 armed terrorists in Barangay Pendite and Datu Salibo, Maguindanao del Sur. According to 6th IB Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Al Victor C. Berkeley, Philippine Army, the troops were doing regular combat patrols when they encountered an armed group. During the clearing operations, the troops recovered 1 M14 rifle, 2 magazines, 1 bandolier, 2 calibers, 45 pistol, and other accessories. Meanwhile, the 1st Brigade Combat Team Commander Brigadier General Jose Vladimir Cagara and 601st Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Edgar Catu directed the troops to immediately launch the pursuit operation against the terrorist groups and alerted all patrol bases in their areas of operations to be on heightened alert and tightened intel monitoring and checkpoint operations. This is Spencer reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer. Another updates from Kath about Philippine Air Force Mall exhibit in Laguna opens in San Pablo City. Kath?
The Philippine Air Force conducted its first ever mall exhibit in Laguna at SM City, San Pablo. The said activity, hosted by the Tactical Operations Wing Southern Luzon through the Tactical Operations Group 4, is part of the 78th founding anniversary celebration of the Philippine Air Force. The exhibit highlighted the PAF's capabilities on territorial defense, surveillance operations, combat support, and disaster response. Meanwhile, it also features engaging activities such as flight training simulators and various exhibit items from different PAF units, giving the public a closer look at the Air Force evolving capabilities and its vital role in national security. The Philippine Air Force announced upcoming PAF anniversary exhibits. It's May 23 to 25, Robinson's Place, Butuan, June 10 to 12, Ayala Malls Market, Taguig City, June 15 to 17, Robinson's Place, Palawan. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Kath.
DWDD National News.
And 11 persons deprived of liberty and 25 released individuals from the Quezon City Jail male dormitory are now graduates of senior high school under the Education Behind Bars program of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. In a statement, the QCJMD said the PDL's accomplishment served as a reminder that education transcends barriers. Alternative Learning System Supervisor Roger Tamundong encouraged the graduates to continue striving for self-betterment and to become productive contributors to society regardless of their past.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Labor and Employment in Mimaropa distributed cash aid of 6,450 pesos each to 150 persons deprived of liberty from the district jails of Bansud and Rojas. The cash aid was part of the Doles Tulong Pangkabuhayan sa Ating Disadvantaged o Displaced Workers o TUPAD program. The financial assistance was granted upon the completion of a 15-day work program encompassing activities such as gardening, facility maintenance, minor repairs, and waste management.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear from Bea about 3rd Marine Brigade leads amphibious landing exercise in Balabac, Palawan. Bea?
The 3rd Marine Brigade led a large-scale amphibious landing exercise yesterday, 4th of May 2025, in Balabac, Palawan. The said activity, as part of the ongoing Balikatan Exercise 40-2025, simulated the retaking of a strategic island focusing on joint forcible entry operations, beachhead establishment, and inland objective securing. It formed part of the Maritime Key Terrain Security Operations. The amphibious landing exercise was conducted alongside the United States Armed Forces and Australian Defence Force with observers from the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force and UK Royal Marines. Meanwhile, the exercise showcased the growing interoperability among partner nations and maintaining regional security. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea. More updates from Ali about Philippine Air Force conducts reservist convention in CJVAB. Ali?
The Philippine Air Force conducted the PAF Reservist Convention held at PAF Multipurpose Gymnasium, Colonel Jesus Villamor Air Base, Pasay City. Over 200 Luzon-based reservists attended face-to-face, while reservists from the Visayas in Mindanao joined virtually. The convention featured a series of expert-led lectures by representatives from the Department of National Defense, General Headquarters Armed Forces of the Philippines, and OA9, focusing on current defense strategies, reserve force integration, and reservist development. Meanwhile, the activity was part of the 78th founding anniversary celebration of the Philippine Air Force with the theme Focus PAF at 78, Advancing Air Power by Committing to Mission, Strengthening Capabilities, and Championing Core Values. This is Alali reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ali. And for our final news, Team Philippines and Rogelio J.R. Esquivel secured a bronze medal in the International Surfing Association's World Longboard Championships held at El Sanzal Resort in El Salvador. Esquivel from San Juan, La Union collected 730 points to cup the bronze among 61 surfers around the world in the men's individual class. Meanwhile, Crisanto Villanueva, Mara Lopez, and Daisy Valdez of Team Philippines also won the bronze for the longboard team event after accumulating 2,228 points against 44 other countries. And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Jhai Simbajon for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.